San Rossore Reserve is an 11,860-acre wide area, 1/4 of the Elba Island, rich in plants and animals, situated in the middle of Migliorino, San Rossore, Massachucoli Park, in the Tuscan province, Pisa. Serchio River marks its northern boundary, Arno River its southern. The Tyrrhenian Sea washes its sandy coast. Many different types of natural environment can be found in San Rossore, such as beaches, woods, and swamps. Moreover, peculiar animals can be easily spotted: fallow deer, wild boars, buzzards. The same can be said for plants, an example of which is the periplica, a very rare lian. The sandy dunes along the coastline cut off, so to speak, the areas lying behind. Consequently, lagoons and ponds are formed. The most important example of these changes is the Massachucoli Lake, which is what remains of an extended landlocked area behind the dunes. Many interesting water animals and water plants can be found here. The pink hibiscus, very rare in Italy, and the periplica, also spotted in San Rossore Reserve. The following plants can be observed on the beach: Anemophilous grasses, which play a major role in the shaping of dunes; rock roses and the goldenrod of the sand, where the bees get the nourishment which will help them to produce the first biological beach honey in Europe. Swamps lie in the southernmost part of the reserve. Season floods are the rule, and several animals, mostly water birds, find a shelter here. Tracks are visible on the loose ground. Grass and shrubs grow in the parts of this area which have not been reached by the water. As far as extension is concerned, woodland is the most important geographical feature of San Rossore. It consists mainly of pine trees, planted in the 18th century, and of majestic oaks, some of them 50 meters tall. Pine seeds are sold as biological products of Migliorino San Rossore Park Reserve, after being extracted from the cones through natural methods to preserve their qualities. The extension of pine woods, a real aesthetic achievement made possible by human effort, is bound to change over time. San Rossore has got more varieties of environment, like pasture land and agricultural areas, with cereals and forage for the cattle. San Rossore Reserve is a blend of history, resources, and man's work on the environmental richness, which can be carefully visited and studied thanks to guided tours. This is a bus tour which fills the bill for groups whose members are also willing to get off the vehicle, to follow the paths, and to head for the woods. The beauty of the place will be fully appreciated. The walk starts on Alle Trombe Bridge. At first, visitors go along San Rossore horse racing track. Then they cross Della Stepaia Bridge above the Morto Nuovo River. More than 40 years ago, some parts of this landscape became the location shots for adventure stories inspired by Emilio Salguri's literary output. The Veronese writer lived in the 19th century and is famous for his exotic stories of the Black Pirate, the Mystery of the Black Jungle, and Sandokan. Also this testifies to the charm of this area. At the end of the path, we find Della Stepaia building, built by Savoia Royal House, who had arrived here in 1860. La Stepaia became a stable for the horses bred in the reserve. After walking along such enchanting spots, the visitors get on the bus to be taken towards the reserve heart, not before crossing over the Morto Nuovo River again, and admiring the presidential villa, built at the end of Gombo route. Before arriving at the southernmost part of San Rossore, just at a stone's throw from the Arno River, tourists feast their eyes on the succession of woodlands, wooded avenues, and empty spaces. This zone was once connected to the nearby Tombolo holding, with a bridge which collapsed in 1920. The poet Gabriele D'Annunzio crossed this bridge to reach the picturesque woods and beaches of San Rossore. From here, we can go inside San Bartolomeo Wood, with its beautiful oaks and other broadleaf vegetation. Our tour is coming to an end. The bus rides through the wide pine-bordered avenue towards Cascine Vecchie, a place with trees and meadows where the Italian kings erected some buildings in the austere Piemontese style. This is the end of our first tour. This is an excursion really suited for everybody. The horse-drawn carriage sets off from Stradoni del Gombo, which leads both to the presidential villa and to the sea. Such a means of transport is obviously for short tours only. However, the scheduled stopovers in particular spots will be extremely interesting. Visitors can get off the carriage and go along the Morto Vecchio River as far as a humid area called Il Padioletto. lush swamp vegetation and, with a bit of luck, water birds can be seen there. Another detour leads good walkers to the sea after they have gone beyond the coast dunes, where rare plants have grown roots in the sandy shore. Uncanny emotions are the gift of a natural scenery and the uncommon vehicle. A prerogative for sporty people, but not in this case, because some routes can be ridden even by those who have motor problems. The stages are the Stepaya buildings, point of departure, the Wood and the Morto Nuovo River, a drainage system dating back to the beginning of the 20th century to let the water of a Pisan plain flow. A more daunting task is to ride through the broadleaf woods, the pine woods, and to reach the dunes. The reserve and the sea can be viewed from there. On the ride back, Morto Vecchio River is met. This river has been cut off from the sea for a long time and is now surrounded by marshlands. It's advisable to alight from the horse and to go on foot for a while to learn more aspects of the place. Other useful animals will grab the chance to water and to rest. The most amusing way to visit the place is to go cycling, provided your legs are fit. First you select the right bicycle, then you reach the Riccardi Tower Avenue. Horses and cows live in a natural state in the nearby pasture land. Buzzards can be spotted, and so can wild boars if you go on crossing a pine wood. Foxes hunt wild rabbits, whose burrows are now shown. It isn't easy to run into these animals, though. This 15-kilometer long route has got a lot of surprises in store for the visitors, such as a marsh harrier, a sweet curious fawn, or a wild boar rooting about and paying no attention to visitors. Going on foot is undoubtedly the best way to fully appreciate everything such a multifarious environment can offer. Among the many possibilities for walkers, we recommend what follows. Set off at Riccardi Tower and walk along Via degli Alberi, between woodland and lands under cultivation. The path cuts through the wood, and before reaching the sea, swamps, dunes and pinasters welcome you. Even the island of Gorgona can be descried if the sky is clear. This picturesque 5-kilometer long round route presents visitors with both several landscape facets and typical animals. Have we succeeded in giving you an idea of what you can enjoy at San Rossore Reserve? We do hope so. The highly skilled people working in the park are ready to prepare tailored different tours to meet your requirements. Do not hesitate to contact them. San Rossore can be described as a precious oasis which offers both environmental and cultural fruits. It goes without saying that what is termed nature conservation is, and will be, of paramount importance. This is the prime task of Migliorino San Rossore Reserve.